Start again.
That's just always there.
Start again. And let's go with the moment you've all been waiting for. It is this week's, and this is going to go live on Twitter, Mario or Smario. And it's over to your host at Smart Tweeter, who's just been in the toilet, Mark.
Mario, Smario, baby. Ow. Oh.
Hello. All right, this is Mario or Smario. In this game, I challenge Nintendo fans, including these little guys here, with interesting and unusual facts about a Nintendo game. But, and here's the twist, one of those facts is in fact not true. And these lads have got to work out which one is the fiction. And we've got an exciting one this week. And if you'd been thinking, can you get this one? I've just sent it across to you.
Where have you sent
this
it?
week. It is on WhatsApp.
On the WhatsApp. Let's go into WhatsApp.
Crap. Okay. I'll also put it into the Skype.
You haven't put it into WhatsApp. I don't know who you've sent it to.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, my mum.
Hi, Mum. Mario or Smario, Mum?
This week it is sex toy or smex. No, Mum, no.
I know what it is. Because I've put my phone in airplane mode, has destroyed the connection.
Come on.
We'll stop. We'll cut all this. We'll start it again in a sec.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, is that all right?
It's fine for you to say, but it's me doing all the editing here.
I know. I thought you were getting Ben to do it. Oh, Ben.
Ben is good at all that.
Yeah, he's really good at that stuff, isn't he? No, mate, sorry.
Just for that, I'm not editing any of this out so Ben can know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, no.
Ben will be happy.
All right, so this week, it's Link's Awakening or Slink's Awakening.
Ooh.
And it's extra special because it's a two-parter. I've got two sets of
It's a two-hander
for you. It's a two-hander. It's a two-header. Right. Number one. Development began as a Game Boy port of A Link to the Past. Number two. Doesn't feature Princess Zelda, the Triforce, or Hyrule. Number three. Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Toad all make cameo appearances. And number four. The game that introduced fishing and ocarina and trading sequences to the series. What do you think, lads?
That is a very good selection of options.
I think it's a really, really tough one. Thank you. So I'm just going to try.
Thank you. I hate it.
Thank you for doing that. You absolute horrible man. So let me just take away our logo. I'm just going to do this for the people at home watching this on YouTube.
We will this feature to be nice and slick. Still waiting for it.
Development began as a Game Boy port of A Link to the Past.
So just quickly, Pete, just before you and I do this, because we know what we're doing. We're going to win this. We know what we're doing. So Pete and I are going to work together on this one, Mark, yeah?
Yeah, I'd love that, please.
Okay, so Pete, do you want to explain through number one, and I'll go through two. You do three, I'll do four.
Yeah. So one, development began as a Game Boy port of A Link to the Past. I could see it beginning like that. It's just the story's so different. Because the whole idea of Link's Awakening is that it is very separate to the main. Like that fish.
The wind fish.
It's so different to
Spoilers,
A Link to the Past. So No, I don't think so, but it could. I'll hear the logic on the others. I don't think so, but it could.
Okay. So number 2 doesn't feature Princess Zelda, the Triforce, or Hyrule. So I'm pretty confident doesn't have Zelda in it. I'm pretty confident was Hyrule not the world that they inhabit?
No, not in this. I don't think.
I know it's meant to be separate, but you'd still think they're in Hyrule. It's just a weird little island off the coast of Hyrule. A Switch island, some might say. The Triforce 100% will be in it. So, actually, will it? Oh, it's a tough one, that. Go on, Pete. Let's go. If you go through 3.
Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Toad all make cameo appearances. How many of these are real?
Mate, every time, only one is fiction. Every time.
Okay.
Don't start getting all
no.
catty. It's because you've had a cider again.
It is the cider talking. But...
Okay. Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Toad all make cameo appearances. I think that's unlikely. Maybe characters like Daisy, looking like Daisy, is in there. I'd be surprised.
So 4, the game that introduced fishing, an ocarina, and trading sequences to the series. So fishing, would that have been in A Link to the Past? I'd want to say yeah. An ocarina. So I definitely know this game introduced musical items, and it was the first one. Trading sequences, potentially.
No,
What are you edging towards at least 4 then, Pete?
My gut feeling, I think 2's the real one.
Mate, 3 are real.
I think 2's wrong.
You think that's wrong?
I think that's the Slinker.
No, the Slinker. Nice.
Thank you.
Slink's Awakening. I'd go with. I mean, what do you think about 2? Do you think 2's real or fake?
So it doesn't feature Zelda, the Triforce, or Hyrule. I think it does. I'm pretty sure we'll have one of those things in there. I know it's meant to be completely separate, isn't it? And it's just like a dream sequence almost the whole game. So, but I'm also aware of what Mark's like, and the ones that have 3 options concern me a little bit, which is 3 of these questions. So development began as a Game Boy port of A Link to the Past. What was A Link to the Past on? NES. It was on Game Boy as well.
No. It was just on SNES. I'll step in there.
Thank you.
So what are you thinking then?
I think Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Toad will make cameo appearances in this.
Do you?
I don't know. Sure they do. Sure they do.
Let's pick then.
But I'll be upset with you, Mark, if it is like, this was the game that introduced fishing and ocarina, but didn't do trading sequences. I'll be upset with you if that's like there's a stupid red herring here, stupid windfish herring. I picked last week, Pete. You picked this week, mate. Which one do you want to go with? I'll back you.
Based on that same logic, I think it could be 4 then.
What, the logic that we think he's a gobshite?
I think you know that.
Yeah, we do. We really do. Okay, go for it.
Let's go for 4. Go on. Let's go for 4.
Locking it in?
That's our final
answer.
Locking it in.
Decided. Okay. Yeah. Right, well, I'll take these in order. Number 1, development began as a Game Boy port of A Link to the Past. It did, in fact, start as a Game Boy port, and then the developers they got carried away and got excited, and took it off on its own little adventure. The game does not feature Princess Zelda, the Triforce, or the Land of Hyrule. So
Cool.
that's also true.
Good start.
This is the one.
Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Toad all make cameo appearances. That's fiction. Neither of those three are in the game, but there are many, many other characters from the larger sort of Nintendo-verse and Mario-verse that do feature, but none of those three appear. And this was, in fact, the first game to introduce fishing, also the use of an ocarina, and trading sequences to the series. So that is true. So unlike, I'm sorry, guys.
We were close. To be fair, we didn't say 3 at any point. I was convinced that at least there are characters. There's a Goomba and everything in this.
Yeah, there
one,
is a
isn't there? And
Goomba. Yep. There's a character
chain charm.
There's a chain charm. Yeah. So there's a few. There's actually like a list of about 10 where you're like they either look identical or they are actually just the character
I
from.
thought the character that was found in like the central part of one of the towns was Daisy.
Pretty
Was
sure
that-
Daisy's not in it. No.
It's like pretty confident it was. So I'm gonna have to research that now. 'Cause
Yeah, look it up. No. If I'm wrong, we will scrap this one. And we'll have to do another one. But
Awakening.
no, don't look it up
Daisy.
now. Don't look it up now because we've got part 2. If you thought they were crazy, check out these facts.
Oh god, here we go.
Part 2 of Link's Awakening or Slink's Awakening.
Oh,
Number 1, to promote the game in America, Nintendo sponsored a competition on a train. Number 2, the developers worked under the radar to surprise Shigeru Miyamoto with the Marioverse characters. Number 3, the German version contains some unusual phrases, including "Give me your juice, I'll give you mine," and "Never without a condom." Number 4,
bloody
a
hell.
character in the game refers to an unnamed item that can display millions of polygons, and "I definitely need it as soon as I can," possibly referring to a future console. Which one of those is not real?
Okay, so that's a little
Pete,
bit of
Pete,
a.
just so you know, 3 of those are real. 1 of them is not real.
You can
Got
tell him
you.
to piss
3
off.
not
Remember, you're
real,
allowed to swear
1
on it.
real. Got you.
I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Okay. So I'm just.
Who's going to take? Pete, do you want to take 1 and 3?
We'll switch it round. I'll do 2 and 4 this time.
Okay, so just for the people that are watching this, I am banging this on the screen right now for you.
Right.
Okay, so let's just Link's Awakening that down because that is huge. That's not going well. That's not going well at all. Oh dear. Why have you done it so much text, Mark?
Sorry, mate.
Absolute terrible, man. Absolute terrible, terrible, man. Let's do that for now. Let's make that look relatively presentable. Okay, so number 1, to promote the game in America, Nintendo sponsored a competition on a train. A competition on a train. Sponsored it. What would the competition be for? It would be for people to play it through as quickly as possible, or it could be for, I don't know, poker. Go on, Pete. Number 2.
I could imagine them doing like a love letter to Miyamoto through like adding these characters in. I think that's quite a sweet story. I could imagine that being true.
Yeah, I can actually imagine that being true. Number 3, so the the German version contains some unusual phrases, including "Give me your juice, I'll give you mine," and "Never without a condom." Believable. Yeah, completely believable. I don't necessarily think it'll translate exactly into those things, but it's probably like a close translation. And I know ports back then weren't exactly the best, so all our bases belong to us. Isn't that one of the famous ones? So number 4, go on, mate.
A character in the game refers to an unnamed item that can display millions of polygons, and I definitely need it as soon as I can, possibly referring to a future console. I mean, they do like putting consoles inside their games. I don't remember that.
I don't know. Let's think of this. So let's think about Mark here. One of these things he's pretty much written himself.
Well, 3 sounds like something that's authored by Mark.
I think so. Let's go with 3.
Okay, 3.
Do it. Locked in, Mark.
All right,
Fraud,
you're locked in with
fraud.
3. Okay, we will do these in order again. So, number 1, to promote the game in America, Nintendo sponsored a competition on a train. This is in fact true, and you pretty much hit on it, Dan. They had to do it. They invited like game journalists and Nintendo fans to grab their Game Boys, and they gave them the game, and they had to, while they were traveling across like a cross-country train service, they had to play the game while on the train, and the first one to complete it won the prize. So a little bit bizarre, but there we go.
It was a return ticket they got.
Yeah,
Just left out on the other side of the country.
You did really well. Bye.
See ya. Number 2, the developers worked under the radar to surprise Shigeru Miyamoto with the Marioverse characters is completely and utterly fiction. I made that up completely. Sorry, lads. Number 3, the German version contains some unusual phrases, including "give me your juice or give you mine" and "never without a condom," is in fact true. The German translator, Claude M. Moyes, hid some controversial jokes in a character called Cukeman. His phrases. These phrases were replaced by more neutral ones when they did the Link's Awakening DX update. But the phrases included were "never without a condom," "do you have any sorrows, hardships, or problems?" "Stop the war, give peace a chance," and "give me your juice, I'll give you mine." And the same character at another point in the game refers to an unnamed item that can display millions of polygons and that he definitely needs as soon as he can, which speculators out there think could refer to the N64.
Incredible. Well played, sir. Well played.
Thanks for playing, guys.
What a game and what an episode.